Isang nakakabahalang balitang yumarig sa Kamara matapos ang ulat ng malaking security breach na nagdulot ng kaba sa House Speaker leadership, partikular na kay Speaker Castro. Ayon sa mga insider, tila may kaugnayan ng insidente nito sa patuloy na tensyon sa pagitan ng Kamara at Vice Presidente na si Inday Sara na ngayon ay tahasang binabantayan ng liderato. Ayon sa ulat, ang security breach ay nagresultan sa pagkawala ng isang sensitibong dokumento mula sa opisina ng House leadership. Hindi pa malinaw ang direktang ugnayan nito kay VP Sara. May mga nagsasabi ng insidente ay maaaring bahagi ng mas lalim na sigalot sa pagitan ng lehislatibo at ehekutibo. Naniniwala ang ilan ang isyong ito ay isang malaking sampal sa kredibilidad ni Castro bilang tagapamahala ng Kamara. Patuloy na iniimbestigahan ang insidente habang nananawagan ang publiko ng mas maigting na seguridad sa loob ng gobyerno. Sa kabila ng kontrobersya, nananatiling tikom ang bibig ng kampo ni VP Sara tungkol sa aligasyon. Samantala, hinihintay ng sambayanan kung paano harapin ng liderato ng Kamara ang hamon ng pagpapanatili ng tiwala sa institusyon at paglutas sa usaping ito. At yan nga ang balitang ating pagkakatutukan. Ngunit bago ang lahat, siguraduhin mag-subscribe at ihit ang notification bell para sa patuloy na pagtutok sa mga silip ng bagong balita sa tunay na boses ng masa.
Sasabihin nila, ay, Bratinela, ay, pumuna, no, she just really wants to have her own way. Excuse me, it begins with this. It is important because you would have heard her if you watched the presser. Sinasabi niya, hindi ko kinikilala ang authority ng mga kongresista na ito over me. Okay? For several reasons. Number one, hindi siya constituent nitong mga ito. Okay? Hindi siya bumoto sa kanila at wala silang jurisdiction over her. Now, Congress may have the power of inquiry. Congress may have oversight powers. Pero ano ang power nila over the VP na aksayahin ang panahon niya? Patawag siya, kaliwat kanan. They will ask questions that they have asked before. They asked her to go, pero ang dami nilang, they did not take the opportunity to inquire with her, to ask with her, to get her to discuss. Wala. Furthermore, umpisa pa lang, in the first hearing na nandun siya of the Committee on Good Governance, ang sabi ng committee, they are inquiring into malfeasance, nonfeasance, misfeasance. These are crimes stated in the revised penal code. If their purpose is to inquire, then why are they getting angry? Bakit meron silang sinasabi na, ikaw naman pala kasi, ginawa mo ito. Okay? So the VP refuses to recognize the legitimacy of the inquiry into the confidential funds and other questions to which she and the other employees of the OVP are being subjected to. Ulitin po natin yan. In her presser, she states that she does not recognize the legitimacy of these committees, of this particular committee. All right. So let's look into the particulars. Ano yung problema with the inquiry into the letter to COA for which Attorney Laika Lopez is being detained? Okay. Number one, she was asked questions on a letter to which she did not write. Okay. What she did as a good leader was to take responsibility and be the one na lang to answer. However, may mga questions sila na unfair or for which she might not have been ready for. Sinabi niya, halimbawa, number one, unconstitutional ang ginagawa ng Kongreso intervening in particular into the procedure on the notice of disallowances. O bakit unconstitutional yun? Among other things, it is prejudicial. Okay? It violates the separation of powers also of the executive and the legislature. Okay. So, why does it violate the separation of powers? Well, number one, audit is first under the executive. And sinabi pa nga ni Congressman Paduano, to which I found was slightly ridiculous. Sabi niya, bakit? May law ba? Is there a law that they violated pagdating sa separation of powers? Yes, a law has been violated, and in fact, it's the Constitution. The Constitution prescribes the powers of the executive and prescribes the powers of the legislature. Now, is the power of the purse valid ground to conduct this inquiry? No, tapos na yung budget. They're not creating a law on the budget. Now, assuming that they're using their oversight functions, assuming that they are looking into the creating a law for the COA, why is it necessary to violate confidences? Why intervene in an ongoing procedure? In the ongoing procedure, may violation of due process. Kasi prejudicial siya. Hindi pa po tapos yung pag-determine kung tunay ngang dapat i-disallow yung mga spending dito. Okay? So, since hindi pa tapos and the Congress is making pronouncements, how can the Congress see the actual operation of the law kung nakikialam na sila hindi pa ito tapos? Okay. It is actually similar to what Congress and the Senate insist on doing in conducting inquiries in aid of legislation in ongoing and active cases. A stop must be put on this. Bakit? Prejudicial. Doon nagtuturo sila, sinasabi na, ikaw mali ka. Ikaw ginawa mo to. Ikaw, nagtuturo sila. They have no stand to take that kind of conclusion. And yet, they do that. Diba? What they're doing is interfering in a lawful, quasi-judicial or administrative proceeding. Hindi pa siya tapos, and yet they are exposing the people to prejudice. Paano kung magkakaso sa hukuman? Ina-announce nila sa Kongreso na may mali-mali itong mga to, or may malis, or may crime. They are not in a position to determine a crime. They're not even in a position to determine probable cause. Probable cause is determined by the executive through the DOJ. Guilt is determined by the judiciary. Inquiries through the oversight function of Congress, or in the course of creating legislation, does not make conclusions of guilt, does not insult, does not subject people to prejudice, does not embarrass them. Abuso ang tawag dyan. Abuso ng sistema at mga procedures. Hindi lang yan. Kaya itong mga trolls na to, ganyan sila kalakasan loob precisely because Congress is doing that to them. Hand in glove sila with the trolls. Ilalabas nila itong mga to, things that are not established as fact and not established by competent authority. Who is the competent authority? The court. Okay? The competent authority to determine probable cause? The DOJ. Kaya lahat ng sinasabi ng mga yan, ng mga mouthpieces ng Kongreso, are wrong and prejudicial as well. Sasabihin nila, sino si Mary Grace Piatos? As if may conclusion na that there actually is a Piatos when the name is Piati. Okay? As if it is even wrong. As if making insinuations. Ganyan. Tignan mo yan, mga yan. Second, walang depth yung kanilang inquiry. They do not allow an in-depth discussion to determine whether or not legislation is necessary to intervene in these kinds of procedures or to resolve these kinds of procedures. Sabi ni Alik, they haven't prepared any draft legislation yet. No, hindi ganoon yun. Mayroon po silang mga bills that they're looking at, pero meron ding oversight function. So tinitingnan nila yung law dapat ng COA. Ang problema, they're not looking at a law, they're looking at rules. And these rules are subject to the rulemaking power that Congress already delegated to these authorities. Okay? Yan, tama si Hun Tim Cha. Let COA do its job first. Hindi yung nag-iimbestiga pa lang ang COA, ang Kongreso nag-i-insist na may conclusion na. So, furthermore, third, they are putting processes, operations, and people in danger. Kaya naman pala wala silang pake sa mga biktima ng droga kasi wala din silang pake dun sa mga tao who will be put in danger by bringing out confidential matters. In fact, yung sinasabi ng Korte Suprema na hindi dapat naglalabas ng notices of disallowance, hindi yan sinasa publiko precisely because it is prejudicial. Hindi pa tapos, wala pang pronouncement na mali, meron pang appeals, which is, by the way, a protected constitutional right. May karapatan mag-appeal, okay? To the decision, ang kahit anong ahensya. Alam nyo ba na kapag tinignan natin lahat ng mga ahensya na may notice of disallowance, walang matitira. Kahit DBM, walang matitira. Okay? So, hindi makaporma yung mga tolls. Sabi ni Glenn, parang marami na po nagagalit sa mga nangyayari ngayon. Nag-aantay lang po mag-gather lahat ng may gusto. Posible kaya lahat ng vloggers mag-coordinate unite plan. So, bakit, kung gusto ninyong pumunta, bakit hindi na lang kayo pumunta? Bakit kailangan meron pang gawin ang ibang tao? 'Di ba? In the end, it is your choice, your personal choice. Kung galit ka, kahit anong sabihin namin na wag, pupunta ka. Ulit, para dun sa mga nagtatanong naman, wala bang pwedeng ikaso? Pwede bang magkaso? Pwede ba silang kasuhan? Ganyan. Number one, the person who will file the case is the Vice President and she is not yet doing that. Ready yung kaso but she does not feel that she has been pushed to the edge yet. Okay. Now, assuming na she has found some ground, pero para sa akin, simple lang. We cannot get behind the VP if she doesn't file a case, but we can get behind a VP in a political manner. Political ang solution. Sabi ni Carlos, sa EDSA na mga supporter, sabay-sabay tayo, hindi lang sa EDSA, pati sa Commonwealth, kailangan punuin natin. Let's create the momentum. Sabi ni Cutie Cherry ko, ang konting paliwanag po sa conference ni VP, malabo kasi yung iba. So, ulit, tita nyo, hindi na makaporma yung mga yung mga trolls. Kasi lang yung they were only prepared to say, ay, spoiled, ay, hindi na naman niya nakuha gusto niya. Hindi niya kinikilala ang autoridad ng Kongreso to order her around. Sunugin yung oras niya. Wala silang power to do that to her. Or to anyone for that matter. Kung gusto nila ng respeto sa kanilang mga proseso, then kailangan pati magre-respeto din sila ng mga tao na hinihingan nila ng impormasyon. Ito, sana mag-unite lahat na tayo at lumabas sa EDSA. Ano pa ba ang unity na hinihingi mo? Ha? Look, this is what is happening. Everybody is getting bogged down on details. Sasabihin, sana gumalaw ng military. Hindi sila gagalaw unless makita nila na mayroon din tayong commitment. Di ba? Bakit sila gagalaw? They're there to protect the people. Kung we don't need protection dahil we are in the safety of our homes, then they will not. But it is important for us to express itong inis, itong galit, itong alam natin na ginagawa nila. Yung paggamit ng ayuda in aid of elections. Inuubos nila yung pera para sa relief and rescue efforts at ipinamimigay para manalo sila. Now, para dun sa wala naman sa Metro Manila, create your own groups. Get together. Talk about it, raise your fists and say, no more na. Sobra na sila. Sabi ni Huntim Cha, I'm not DDS, but this way of useless inquiry of Congress is way too much. Na it has gone beyond uselessness. It has gone into unconstitutionality. It has gone into that area where no man should be going. Diba? Sabi ni Fridge, too much na po kasi. I agree, it's too much. So stop setting your own bounds, stop setting roadblocks in your own way. If you think that this is wrong, go. What's the worst that could happen? That you could meet like-minded people who understand that it is necessary for them to physically express their anger. Sabi ni Shang, you don't have to be DDS to speak up. Correct. All you have to do is see the injustice that is happening. Hindi, that's not what it means. Sabi ni One Baye, oo, hindi pa siya nag-file, need mo na niya maayos ang documents. Hindi, sabi niya ready na yung mga kaso. Matatapos naman daw ng 19th Congress. That means she doesn't want it to become moot and academic. Kung magfa-file siya, it must make a difference. So, kung ang mangyayari lang, i-delay lang yan ng i-delay ng Kongreso hanggang sa walang mangyari, then what is the point in filing? So, sabi ni Emmy, nakakainis lang, we could have avoided this scenario had the people chosen correctly. Look, these things happen. There is such a thing as manloloko. Diba? There is such a thing as budol. Budol nga eh. Niloko nila tayo, nangako ng continuity, nangako look, politicians lie to us every day. This one just lied to us better than most. Why are you blaming the victim? We didn't choose wisely. How could we pag niloloko tayo? How could we do that? Diba? Stop with the blame. Enough! Enough! Kasi ang nangyayari, sinasabi ninyo, kasalanan ni Inday, kasalanan ng mga tao kasi hindi nag-isip, kasalanan ni ganito, kasalanan ni ganyan. Enough! Kasalanan ng Kongreso that they are violating rights. That is all. That is all you need to know. That is all you need to see. Oo, nagkamali tayo. What the heck? Diba? It happens. Yung ibang tao, 2-3 beses panaloko. But no. O sige, are you going to stay in that mode? Victim blaming? Blame ka na lang ng blame para walang mangyari? Besides, what's the worst that could happen if you show up in the places where people are gathering to show their inis, their galit, their disfavor with the current administration? What's the worst that could happen? That you meet new people, that you create momentum, diba? That some other people will be enlightened, that we can finally show that we are standing together. That we're no longer afraid, we're no longer too tamad to go out. Mamaya sasabihin na naman na, si Martin naman yan hindi naman si BBM. Excuse me? Sino ba ang presidente? Sino ba ang Magpinsan yung dalawang yun, yung kasalanan ng isa. Madali i-correct nung isa, hindi naman ginagawa. Sabi ni Seymour, we from North Cotabato support VP. Very glaring na yung pamumulitika sa Congress. Ang hindi ko pong matanggap, si Castro na saksakan ng at isang convicted criminal talks as if she is the mother of hypocrisy. Blatant NPA supporter. Dito sa Mindanao, ramdam na ramdam ba ang galit ng mga tao sa Marcos administration at sa House of Representatives? Isang move lang nila against the Dutertes would really ignite people power here in Mindanao. We see Davao as a good venue. Look, what do you mean isang move lang? Nakailang moves na sila against Duterte? Kailangan pa bang intayin yan? The VP is taking a stand. Sinasabi na niya, these people in Congress are violating the Constitution. They are trampling on the rights of ordinary people, of people they know cannot fight back. Ang tawag sa ganyan, cruelty. Sinatab at saka treachery. Some of the congressmen are treacherous individuals. Kasi naniniguro sila na hindi ka makakalaban, tapos babakbakin ka. Sabi ni Riverside, per VP, ba't daw siya sasagot sa member ng Congress na may utang sa law firm ng mister niya na sa convicted at sa tatay na panayhingi ng sorry para sa kanyang congressman na anak? Well, these are the details. Pero ang sinasabi niya initially was this: they have no jurisdiction over her, hindi siya constituent, at wala silang karapatan na sunugin yung oras niya. Vilma Verona says, VP Sara is
Magandang balita ang hatid namin sa inyo ngayong araw. Sa pagtatapos ng aming balitaan, nagbigay kami ng mga mahalagang impormasyon. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok at pagsuporta sa aming programa. Huwag kalimutang manatili sa mga susunod na araw para sa mga bagong balita at mga kwento na dapat nating abangan. Mula sa Boses ng Masa, magandang araw, Pilipinas!